You know, I think it is really important that we see where change needs to happen and act toward that change. And when we have a voice, to use the voice to try and bring attention to where change needs to happen.
Now, first of all, before we get into anything, I've always wanted to interview you and tell you that I literally have had the biggest woman crush on you for like decades. So just wanted to get that out.
Thank you.
Just wanted to get that out. Congratulations on this documentary. How does it feel to be back home for this as well? How are you feeling?
I love it here.
Yeah.
I love coming home. I've actually been here 3 times in the last month.
I know.
Which makes me so happy.
Yes.
But to be here with this project specifically, to be honoring the National Ballet of Canada, to be honoring Karen Kane, who literally was my idol growing up.
Seriously.
Who is one of the reasons I'm an artist today. To be able to tell her story and honor her towards the end of her career and help her do this project was just a great full circle.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Like I find that so fascinating that she was somebody that I mean, so many of us, right, just admired everything that she's done. Yeah. But did you always think that you wanted to do something related to her with this, like in honoring her in this way?
Chelsea and Sean, the filmmakers, came to me 1.5 years ago with this project and said Karen Kane was going to be directing a new Swan Lake on the company as her goodbye to the company after a 50-year career with the National.
Wow.
And would I be a part of this? They had been inspired by a dance film that I made 20 years ago, which I can't name right now because of the strike, sorry.
Yeah.
And, would I like to be a part of the project? And I was like, absolutely. Yeah. I can't even believe that I'm being asked to do this because it's so perfect. My stepmother, Barb, worked as a wardrobe coordinator for the National Ballet of Canada for 35 years.
Wow.
My dad has been what's called a supernumerary for years. He gets on stage with the company and does performances with them, and so I've been very connected to them for a very, very long time. And so no, I was pleased.
And when you mention your dad, he's got this little part in it
He
too.
does.
Like, were you really proud when you're like, oh my God, this is so cute. My dad's in one of my projects.
Yeah, and he hasn't seen it yet, so he has no idea. He's going to be at the premiere tomorrow. He's going
oh my
to see
God.
it. Yeah.
So I'm guessing that you have seen it.
I have, of course, yeah.
Yes, you have seen it. Because sometimes you don't know, right? Sometimes people wait until the actual premiere
Oh,
to
no,
see.
no, because I was, a big part of the edit
Yeah.
and helping get the edit together and make choices for it. So
when I saw it, I wasn't sure what I was going to get, right? When you go into, especially the world of ballet, there's always a lot of different elephants in the room that people don't talk about, but like it goes there.
We go there.
You go there, and I was so impressed by that.
Yeah.
How pleased were you? And do you feel like that everything that you wanted it to come out, that it actually focuses on all those things?
Absolutely. I think dancers are incredible athletes. They're incredible artists.
Yeah.
They push themselves in such a way that at times is damaging and very trying, spiritually, emotionally, physically. So it's not just that, but this film also raises the issue of racism in the ballet world, which, has been going on for a long time and needed to be addressed. And I really admired Karen for her decision. She made the choice to take the tights off the dancers so that all different colored skin could be revealed. Yeah. We don't all have to look the same. Dancers don't all have to be this one unit. And they're not like painting their skin white, which is unbelievable now when we think about it.
When you think about it. When even watching the documentary, I was like, wow, this is amazing how normal it looks when they're not wearing the tights.
Yeah, absolutely. And although it was a challenge for some of the dancers in the company, just because they're so used to being protected by these pink tights, for so many of the dancers, it was like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Please don't make me try and be something that is not who I am, not how I was raised, not my culture, not me. So it's really beautiful to see that transition happening in the ballet world.
And the transition happening and like the movement that is actually happening faster. In some industries, things don't move along quickly as we would hope, but I feel like this one, especially this documentary, is really going to be eye-opening for a lot of people. Yesterday at the Red Carpet Gala, I also had a chance to catch up with the chief negotiator of SAG-AFTRA, Duncan, who was in town, who was able to talk about the strike that is happening as well. How does it feel knowing that it is also something that you have been very vocal about, equality, pay, all of that, but knowing that your old boss, Kevin, is also rooting and saying, no, I stand with Neve. Like, what does it feel like knowing that you've got so many people also standing with you?
Phenomenal. You know, I think it is really important that we see where change needs to happen and act toward that change. And when we have a voice, to use the voice to try and bring attention to where change needs to happen. And when supported by other people who may not be the victims of that, it's great. It makes us so much stronger. So to have Kevin backing me, I'm not supposed to talk about any project specifically, but to have him backing me pay grade and pay equality means a lot.
Absolutely. It's so important. And I mean, that's one of the things Duncan talked about too, you know, just having that solidarity, the fact that people are able to still come and promote the artwork that is what we're all fighting for and standing together for. And to have that support, it's so important to know that. Especially, I feel like when you have like your old bosses, male figures who are respected in the industry as well. Do you know what I mean? Like as a woman, you're just like the more men who in the industry who can come and stand beside you. It just means a lot because you feel like you're not alone. Right.
We need allies.
Exactly, allyship. Like you said, you've ridden in Toronto back and forth. You're like, hey, I think I'm back home living here now.
I was just covering my mosquito bites up. I was like, you know, you're Canadian when I was at the cottage like 3 weeks ago. So.
They're brutal this year too. They're so brutal this year. But you were also here for the Fan Expo Canada with your other friends who I feel like, I don't know, it's like you guys are just inseparable and it's like a club I want to be in. Like, how is that friendship?
So special. I mean, Matthew Lillard, Skeet Ulrich, Jamie Kennedy, we're like a little touring company now. When we do these
touring
events.
Company.
And we're allowed, I just want to specify, we're allowed to do these events. We're allowed, RESAG, we're allowed to do conventions. They're hilarious. And we're such old, I mean, 30 years now, really, or 25 years, whatever the number is. We've got a lot of stories together.
Seriously.
And we really enjoy each other's company, and we really enjoy the fans. We like going to the fans, getting their stories, hearing their experiences, hearing how much these films mean to them. It's lovely.
So when your friends come to your hometown, is there a specific place that you like to show them off to, and you're like, come along with me on a little Toronto tour?
To be honest, we don't have time on those things. I mean, honestly, we're so exhausted by the end of the day.
You mean you don't invite them to your cottage now?
No, I couldn't. We're like in and out. But we did go for a walk because we were staying at Blue Jay Way, and we did go for a walk for dinner, and it was across from what was the O'Keefe Center, which was the first place I ever performed, like in front of a huge audience. I was in Nutcracker.
Wow!
When I was 9 and 10 years old,
do you
which
still
no longer
dance?
The O'Keefe.
Do you still dance at all?
No. I mean, in my bathroom.
Yeah, I know. See, so I did this little segment for Etalk, and because I was a dancer, like you said, I hung up my dancing shoes years ago. But do you ever get like the itch to just like go into the studio? And just,
for sure. To be honest, I have a friend who is a modern teacher, and she got myself and a few other friends who were old dancers together, and we put on some music, and we did some choreography together. And just to move my body and hear some music and be with other dancers was a really nice experience.
I'm guessing this didn't go on social because I didn't see it.
I don't know if you noticed, I'm not a big social person.
I know, you're not. Like, dang it. Listen, congratulations on this documentary. You're such a boss, babe. It's so great to finally meet you. And I can't wait for everybody to see this documentary because it's done so beautifully.
I really appreciate it.
Yeah, it really honors like dancers and that world in such a beautiful way.
The filmmakers did a great job, so I'm glad you think so.
Well, I'm excited to meet Karen right now, too, because I think we're going to chat with her soon.
Awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're amazing.
Like the video? Then hit the button, or better yet, drop us a comment. Then check out our latest videos here. And don't forget to subscribe by hitting the button here for more celebrity interviews and entertainment news.